Hi, sorry. Fruitvale Daily Log. Oh wait, gotta go. COVID-19 compliance. Anyways, I'm in Fruitvale, California, at the corner of 26th Avenue and East 12th Street, and I was trying to see if I could, do a little social experiment today, where I wanted to see if what population, like what amount of the population could actually read English, and which amount of the population could not only read English but also comprehend it. And then third is that they needed a job slash money for just stupid tasks, right? But I wanted to see if somebody needed jobs, because I was going to pay for a few people to do certain jobs. So I posted it up on a board right here by the side of my fence, on a big white, big blue board. So I wrote it first in red ink, didn't work. Then I wrote it in big charcoal letters. And my marketing skills are lacking. I could use a marketing expert, like those graffiti tag people. I mean, the graffiti artists, as I call them. You guys are awesome. Maybe you can help me do creative things. But I'm a non-profit, so since I don't make any profit yet, I can't afford to pay, a marketing person. That's like a little too extra money for my company. But what I'd really like is like a billboard somewhere, or a banner somewhere, like a leaderboard or classified ads, like Craigslist, but just for me initially. You can add to it later, but job postings, right? From me, which is tasks specific to me. So as people come by, there's hundreds of thousands of cars that come by on East 12th Street every day. They need to be able to see the postings, right? So initially I was going to have it, I wrote down like I need a haircut, a shave and a trim and everything for $20, right? And then I wrote down like I need an eviction process handle front to back for $500, right? I need a admin assistant for like $50 a day up to, right? I need a security guard up to $20 to $50 a day up to, depending on call, So these various things, interview for the higher level. But then the problem is like nobody came. Not a single person wanted to get money. So then I realized that my actual marketing skills suck. My communication skills probably suck too, because I don't have like a computer right now that works, and I don't have a printer that works properly. And wait till the train goes. If I had a computer that worked, if I had my printer set up properly, and people were not robbing me daily at gunpoint, at knife point, at hammer point, or trying to stab me, or try to poison me, or try to set me up to go to jail daily. It happens almost. And so, I have to fight that. And they're all trying to steal my computer and prevent me from making money. So, but if I had a computer, I'm pretty good at computers. I have almost 30 years of experience in IT. I probably know more than anybody else I know about networks, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm pretty handy with a computer. I have an IQ of 177 Mensa score. So the thing is, when I have a computer, I could actually do marketing mails. I could type up my notes very easily and then print them in large print, right? I can have like a simple, I call it Wunderlist. I love Wunderlist. But print it out. But since I don't have the ability to have large print or print out computer, I can't express myself. My handwriting sucks. So that is my long diatribe. I apologize. So to summarize, Fruitvale residents need to come to a conclusion that they need to get over their racism, their bias, and their bigotry All three things have to come over. There's so much bias, so much bigotry and racism, where even they breed it into their children. So much that an 8-year-old kid, the moment he sees a particular type of person, like let's say he's a white kid, he sees a black person, he gets very jealous, it's very, or it's homeless people, same thing. Or a certain social status, it doesn't meet your approval, doesn't mean that the person is incapable of doing those things. For I, being poor, have only my dreams. Tread carefully, for I lay my dreams beneath your feet. Tread carefully, for you may tread on my dreams. It was a poem that I remember in the movie Gattaca. No, not Gattaca. What was that movie? With the, samurai sword action, gun kata thing. Anyways, point is, just because I'm poor, or just because I'm homeless, doesn't mean that I don't know how to eat with a fork and a knife. I ate with 3 spoons when I was growing up. That's right, 3 ladle spoons. Gold. And so the thing is, yes, I went to boarding school. I have more manners than most people do. I'm polite. I'm just a victim of circumstance, right? As are most of these other people that I run across. But you prejudge people and you teach that to your children. It's horrible. The reason I mention that is because in Fruitvale, almost everywhere I go, there's so much hate towards the moment either I walk in or the other people walk in that are like disdain from social status. Well, because we don't have enough money to go buy the things that you do, that you take for granted. Like you take a roof over your head for granted. I don't. I had to spend months building this. It took me 6 months almost to build a room and fight the locals and build a fence around me to get safe. Safety, security is very paramount. Maybe you should teach your kids Maslov's hierarchy of needs. Once you actually get a college education, I have a PhD. That's right, I have a Doctor of Philosophy. I have a Master of Arts. No, I have a Master of Science. I have a Bachelor of Science. That's right. I have a CCIE certification. And I have a Nevada Gaming Control Board license in my fucking name. Individual, my name. You look it up what that means. I have a breadth of experience, right? But I'm down on my luck because I am mentally handicapped. That doesn't mean that I'm a retard. That just means that I have a single-track mind to where I trust people. Like if somebody asks me for something, I just give it to them. If somebody ever needs something from me, I just ask. I'll just give it to you. But that's the problem. You start to abuse that relationship. And a lot of people have been abusing me here in Fruitvale. Like where they will constantly come up to me and terrorize me into giving them what I have, or threaten me, or just verbally be aggressive towards me. Like, oh, give it to me. No. I'm like, oh. Like, just give it to him, because what does a 2-year-old child do when you ask him for the computer in his hand? He will give it to you. Child really just like, here you go. Same thing with me. That's the key difference is between mentally handicapped and not. I am intelligent, I know the difference, but I've used to people helping me my whole life. I've had nice people in my life all my life. I've never had cruel people. I've never had people who are jealous or fucked up, pardon me. I've had a good upbringing, but unfortunately I'm being a bad son right now. So again, sorry for the diatribe, but what I'm trying to say is teach your kids better. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? You learned that in Psychology 101. 5 basic things human beings need, no more. Just 5 things. It's like a food pyramid. Until you get done with layer 1, you cannot go to layer 2 until layer 1 is accomplished. Like you can't drive a car without a driver's license. You can't drive a car without a car, right? So first you get a license, then you get a car, then you get insurance, then you drive, right? Then you get to a job or whatever, but you can't get to ABC like that. It's linear, right? So every human being only has 5 things they need. First, layer 1, you need oxygen, water, food, and sometimes medication, all at layer 1. That is the core of, like, in that order. If you miss one of them, generally you will die. Oxygen, lack of thereof, 30 seconds death. Without water, 3 days death. Without food, approximately 8 to 14 days death. 30 days max. Without medication, depending on experience. But that's layer 1. Once you have all of those things handled, once you got your food, your water, your oxygen, then you go to layer 2. Layer 2 is the need for safety and shelter, where human beings want to be safe. We don't want the mountain lion to eat us. We don't want the cold weather to affect us, right? So we want to be safe. We seek to have a roof over our heads, or a place where we can put our shit and not have it stolen when we come back. Or where I can go to sleep and not have people go through my pockets and rob me while I'm sleeping. Like, that happens almost daily too. And people are going like crazy, you know? Every day, like, I have people go through my pockets, through all of my shit, without my permission, while I'm sleeping or not here. Only then, like, very few times have I been actually robbed. Like, a guy with a hammer robbed me just recently. Before that was like a guy with a machete robbed me. That was just here in Oakland downtown. I didn't get robbed at all, hardly. In the beginning I did, by this one white dude, like, a couple of times. But after that, no, people stopped robbing me. They start terrorizing me, but they stop robbing me. Point is, safety. So you build a safety thing around you, or you get a house or a room or whatever you can, right? After you get your shelter, then you go on to layer 3, the third hierarchy of human needs. Third hierarchy of human needs is social status, like, not social belonging, like the need for human interaction, the need for friends, family, the ability to talk to other human beings and have them be compassionate, or interaction. Like, you don't want to be alone. It's a very important human need. This is where you develop family, this is where you develop friends, or neighbors, or whatever. But once you have that sense, once you have that accomplished, when you have friends and family, then you move on to the next layer of human things, layer 4, which is the material acquisition phase, is the exact terminology. The material acquisition phase is where human beings want things, duh. They want to have a car, they want to have a scarf, they want to have a tie, they want to have bank money, they want to have this, that. The list is endless. Where you want things, not necessarily need things, you just want things, need things, combine it all. But things which are not layer 1, 2, 3, everything else is layer 4, right? So once you start on that journey, it's very hard to stop. Once you actually finish layer 4, the only way you can finish layer 4 generally is once you have bought every single fucking thing you ever need. You have enough money or whatever, you're tired, no, not really, but if you have purchased every single thing that your heart desires, your mansion, your porn stars, your Lamborghinis, your Learjets, your whatever, right? And you bought every single thing and you have nothing more left to buy. The man who knows everything is a very sad man. So once you have purchased everything, once you have the capability to buy every fucking thing, and you have bought everything, like your MiG-27 jet and everything, right? You have nothing left. Then you get bored. Then you get bored because then you finally get to layer 5, the enlightenment phase. Last layer of human needs. Layer 5 is called the self-actualization phase, where you actually sit down and say, why am I here as a human being? What can I do to make other people happy? What can I contribute to society? What are my goals? Can I better humanity somehow? And then you become philanthropic. And you actually better society as a human being. You help others. Some people can skip between layer 4 and 5, like Buddhist monks, etc. Or some people can selflessly help other people, just like they have layer 5. but they don't have layer 4 like me. So anyways, those are the 5 hierarchy of human needs you need to teach your kids. Oxygen, food, water, layer 1. Then comes shelter. Then comes family, friends. Then comes things. And then comes you. Unfortunately, some people take it the other way around. Thanks for listening for now to Fruitvale Daily Log. And I'm hiring, yes, at $12 an hour now instead of the project prices. I have 5 positions available in case you're interested. Come to me.